that like tape CDs that I came across or I received or I bought. Like,
Ah,
so I can't really come up with 10 because as the years flew on, that's when MP3s came out and all that. You get what I'm
ah,
saying?
no.
So
I'm still trying to remember the exact 10 records I had on vinyl when I was a kid there.
Well, it's kind of difficult for me because it was so long ago, but I did come up with the 10.
Yeah, right. Probably about
and I
my
do I got pictures of some of the covers of my picks and some of the cassette tapes. Um, there's a couple interesting, like one of the tapes was black, and I always remember that certain tape was black,
yeah.
colored as opposed to like clear gray tapes,
Yes.
and other ones and stories behind me. My first memories finding the tape, coming across is basically what I got on the table for today.
Yeah.
Um, but is everyone doing okay? I mean, is
Everything
everyone?
I'm doing well myself, but of course my neck is like, well, it seems see what you think it is. It's difficult for me to lay down at night, because to get some sleep because when I sleep, I toss and turn all the time, and I'm unable to do that because of this issue here. But when during the daytime, I'm able to function pretty well at a careful pace there. And I'm
You
wondering,
sleep on a bed?
yeah, I do sleep on a bed, yes.
Wait, what kind of pillow do you have?
It's a soft pillow there.
You should get a My Pillow
Hmm. Oh,
at Walmart.
I know
Like,
I know my nephew suggested that there. I guess
yeah, I'm serious.
we were supposed to go to Walmart today to see if they have any there, but he got occupied with a bunch of stuff at his home place there.
I mean, I go to chiropractor every week.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for maintenance and shit, it ain't like it's really wrong, but like I have, um, I've been doing that like my whole life, and like I never really get colds, I never get like the flu and shit, like.
Wow.
Or and you could tell the difference because your posture, like our posture's all messed up because us looking down at our phones and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would of course there's a million different chiropractors, there's some that are good, some that are shit, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, I mean, and then I always put cold, like after I'm done, like they always recommend putting cold compress or ice pack on, I use on my neck or whatever, like shoulder, like this past week I was having, not shoulder issues, but shoulder, pain, I guess.
shoulder
Yeah,
blade
like
stuff there. Yeah.
sleeping wrong a couple of nights. So, go to the chiropractor, boom, boom, boom. It's all good. Put an ice pack over it, 20,
Right.
15, 20 minutes. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's good, but is it like bleeding or is it like a
No,
bone thing?
it's not bleeding. It's more like a swelling of the glands.
Dang, I would do an ice pack then.
Well, we
'Cause
have.
does,
I know my
it really
sister.
does prevent swelling.
I
Ice,
know.
ice, cold, cold.
Or a heating pad. I've been using that at night.
Has it been working?
Yes and no.
Try the
there.
cold. Try the cold pack.
All right.
That's
there.
because cold does prevent swelling, and usually, that sometimes cold is better than heat. Arknolia, what would you think about that?
Yeah, I've always been told cold is better than heat. Yeah,
All right.
I agree with that.
All right.
Reduces swelling.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'll definitely put we got an ice cube maker at our refrigerator there. So definitely I'll put some in the plastic bag and play it on my neck there and see how that
Yeah,
works
dude.
later
Like,
on.
do like 10,
And
15 minutes. Wait, Keith.
Oh,
Do 10,
dude.
15 minutes. Do fit 10, 15 minutes, and then take it off, and then wait. And then put it back. You don't want to 30 minutes to 45. You don't want to fucking cold freeze your
Neck there.
neck. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Keith, go ahead. I was just fucking around. Go ahead, my bad. I just don't listen. If
see-
I yell over you, Keith, it's because like I might forget what I'm about to say if I let you go. I don't,
Oh, okay.
you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So go ahead. It's nothing
Yeah.
like I'm mad at you. Just like I want to
Oh no,
get it out.
I
before
thought it
forget.
was. I thought it was a joke. I thought you got mad like as a joke.
It is, but like I want to. Like that's why I'm chill a little bit more firm. I'm like, hey, because I want to, because I'm gonna, I know I'm gonna forget what I'm gonna say probably, because everyone else does.
Oh, all right. Oh, I see how it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. We should probably. I think we have some in the house here. Should probably ask
But-
about that.
But yeah, we got our
What time?
meeting in a couple days. Very important. So I don't know what day Rose talking about fishing. Like I'm not gonna fish with Dr. Brown. It's another day. We're gonna do something. We're just gonna like go live with our phones or something.
All right,
You know, something like
yeah,
that.
sure.
Yeah.
There. For a minute, I thought Dave. Thought I heard Dave in the background, but I realized he's still live at the moment. There.
Yeah.
All right. You're talking about.
So
of
Brown,
course-
did you come up with 10?
Well,
Well, let's start with the singles first, even though I'm probably the only one that has them.
all right,
And when I say has them, I don't have them anymore.
right.
Yep.
But I figure I'm probably the only one that actually had singles.
Mm.
Well, Brown might have.
Well, that's it.
Listen, I remember buying a CD with like the one song on it,
All right.
which was Miss Jackson by who does that, Keith?
Outcast.
Outcast. Yeah, I was like,
Outkast.
you know how sometimes they sold like the hit song on one, just the one song on a CD for like $5 or some
Yes,
shit.
I remember seeing those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that with cassettes
And it
back in
had,
the
like-
day as well.
It had like four or five different versions of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. they
See,
had-
guys, Brown and Ark, I never bought. Well, I recently bought a couple original Judas Priest records, but I just keep them tucked away because they're originals.
Ah.
But I have never bought. I never had I never bought physically records to play and all that like you guys. So go ahead because this is gonna
Well,
be.
vinyl was all I had available to me.
Yeah.
And vinyl was
Vinyl
my
will be vinyl.
vinyl was what I started out with. Then I moved to just cassettes. Later on, CDs, and now MP3s.
Yeah, and I went from vinyl, just 8 tracks. Remember those?
Had those, yes. So I had a few of those. Zappas, overnight
Cassettes,
sensations.
CDs.
Yep.
And now I'm in basically MP3s. I don't have any of that stuff anymore.
In fact, I remember my sister buying a couple Black Sabbath 8 tracks, Sabotage and Technical Ecstasy on there. And that's how I really got into Sabbath because of that, along with the first album, which was on cassette over a neighbor's house.
Okay, the first 5 singles that I ever bought as a kid, and mind you, these were new when I bought them.
Yep.
So when you hear some of the names, you're probably going to go, wow, that's back there. Yeah, because I'm back there.
Yep.
First single I ever bought was the Beatles, She Loves You, I'll Get You.
Ah.
What year was that? When you bought that?
65, 66, somewhere in that range.
And what year did records? What year did records come out? Like for
Oh, good
purchase?
gosh. In the
Oh, they
40s
came
and
out
30s.
way. Yeah, they came. I think possibly in the 20s as well. There. I mean, the records they
Yeah.
had around that time were a
yeah?
lot more thicker. It was a lot more. The
And they
quality.
played at 78.
Yes.
Like are the newer records now still made out of vinyl?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think they still play
Oh,
at
okay.
33 and a third.
Yes, they
Alright.
do. The new stuff that they've gotten right now is coming out. Of course, you go to any Walmart or any Barnes and Nobles out there. They're coming out with colored vinyl with a matchy
Yeah.
the description of the album cover color there.
Mm.
They did that with the Metallica reissues on vinyl for Walmart for a while now. Like Master of Puppets, it would be a red vinyl, and Justice for All would be a white marble vinyl,
Yeah.
and of course a black marble vinyl for the Black Album.
Yeah, and the singles play at 45. They were the vinyls with the big hole in the middle instead of the little hole to go on the spindle.
I'm surprised those have yet to make a comeback. I mean, there was talk that cassettes was going to possibly make a comeback there.
Yeah, it kind of got me when you said you spent $5 for a single song because, we were spending anywhere from 50 cents to $1 for these.
Yeah, these were just two sides. One, the hit song, and the B-side there.
Yeah. But again, the Beatles one was almost double A-side.
Ah,
She Loves You, I'll Get You.
all right.
Next one I got was the Beach Boys, I Get Around. That was backed with Don't Worry Baby.
Ah,
I love the song "Don't Worry, Baby."
have you heard it?
Yeah, on
Oh,
YouTube.
Oh wow.
By the Beach Boys?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
worry, baby. Don't.
Yeah, that's a good
Yep.
song.
Interesting there.
Yeah.
Are you outside, Keith, again?
Yes. I'm
Oh.
at the park.
Oh.
I'm actually leaving the park in 4 minutes.
Oh, okay.
The third one I got is a little unusual, and I wished I still had it. the Bobby Fuller 4, I Fought the Law, and it wasn't the hit version that played nationwide. I lived in El Paso near Bobby Fuller, and
Oh,
this
wow.
was a regional hit.
I fought the law and the law won.
Yeah,
I fought
but
the law. And law won.
Yeah.
if you can ever get the El Paso version, it's slightly different. They
He's on fire
re-recorded it.
tonight.
Wow.
They re-
This is like
They
the
re-recorded
this is
it
like
for
the
the,
original version when they were still before they became a big hit there.
right when they were a local band.
Because they sometimes re-record the songs to make it more appealing to the mass audience, whereas the original was more directed towards that audience.
And then the next one I got was the Birds, Mr. Tambourine Man,
Yeah.
and I actually won that in a record promotion.
Oh wow.
There was one of those. They used to have a contest called Name It and Claim It,
Ah.
and you call the radio station, told them what the song was, you won the record.
Oh nice. And they don't do that nowadays there.
Well, I don't know if any of them do it nowadays. I haven't listened to radio in probably 20 years.
I know the last time I was listening to radio was when I was still in Detroit around 2013. I wanted to turn that on, either listen to whatever talk radio station had something good to listen to, or something to listen to when I was on my way to the club.
And the fifth record I bought is probably a tremendous oddity. Is by someone called Napoleon the 14th. They're Coming to Take Me Away.
Oh, that's a classic there.
And the flip side of it was They're Coming to Take Me Away backwards.
Oh wow, that's
Totally
something.
backwards.
Wow, now that alone is a trip. So you don't need to find any hidden messages on that one there. It's already
Oh no,
turned
it was
backwards
just
for
the
you.
same song. It was just the same song played backwards.
So I figured that'll be about easier on your record needle instead of going backwards or with it and fucking up your needle. You just hey, we already have the song backwards, so you find any hidden messages in there.
That's funny you said that. I think it was Carlin
George Carlin.
that once said that about people playing the records backwards. Said you screw up your needle or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard so many people talk about that from TV hosts and this and radio hosts and this and that. But yet you can't help but do it because you want to hear it for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
But those were the first 5 singles I bought.
Now,
But I guess the comedy part of They're Coming to Take Me Away backwards, it was the flip side, which was the joke, I suppose.
I guess so. There, it was supposed to be a humorous record there, but I guess.
Have you ever heard it?
I remember not the backwards version, but just the original.
Yeah.
And we know that song like the back of our hand. It's like a massively big hit back on the radio back day. It was massively mentioned a lot of times around areas in the households and such. It was like a catchphrase in a way. Oh, they're coming to take me away. Ha ha.
So, YR, Keith, have you two ever heard that song?
No, not me.
Oh, it goes back to the 1970s there. You got to definitely look it up there.
60s.
60s? Oh,
Wait,
wow.
what song is it again?
They're coming
They're
to
coming
take me away.
Oh, okay.
Napoleon
Never
the
heard.
14th.
All right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was a huge novelty song. Yeah, one of these days maybe we ought to do a bit on novelty songs.
Yeah, there.
What's the definition of a novelty song?
Something that's kind of played for laughs.
Some of that is for humor.
Like
I was
Weird
trying
Al
to think.
Yankovic?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Or that Bob Rivers guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I got something like 300 or 400 Bob
God
Rivers
damn it,
songs
Keith!
from
What the fuck's
93.
going on,
What?
dude? Is Keith
I'm
fucking
in the
up?
car. I'm in the car with the window open.
You talk about rap or something?
No, he's,
we're
no, he's
talking
talking about the song that we were discussing there.
My bad. I had to step away for a second.
Oh, okay.
And Earl, did you have any singles?
The ones I really had at the time when I was really getting into records and 45s, I was big on the Beatles there. So most of my stuff consisted of Beatles albums and singles there. I remember having the original Hey Jude
Wow.
with the full
Revolution on the back.
yep on the Apple label there. I
I
remember there was
remember. Go ahead, and I got a couple Beatles stories because one of the Beatles albums was on my list.
oh wow interesting.
So remember when it's probably in 1999 or 2000,
Yeah.
but I went to an exhibit in Houston, and it was showing off the original artwork of John Lennon, like
Mm.
the Imagine stuff and all
Yes.
that,
Oh
and
wow. The Imagine
um,
album.
yeah, and he did a bunch. Like it kind of looked really didn't look like nothing special. Just looked like some sketches of like people, just simple line drawings,
I see there.
faces and all that from what I remember. But one of the albums was that. Remember that came out. It was CD. Came out. The Beatles
Anthology one.
one. Yeah, it was red cover with a yellow one.
Oh yeah, the
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I
Beatles
got that
one. That
CD.
was yeah,
I think.
that was the Beatles one, featuring all
Yeah,
the
and it
number
was
one
like their
songs.
number one hits. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that one, which is on the screen here.
Yeah,
And,
Yeah,
wasn't
we see
what
it.
you
Yeah.
call, I guess, it was compilation
yeah.
rather than
All their
album.
hit, all the number one songs that, and now hear us in the background.
Oh, I'm playing
Rob,
two.
Rob Halford and John Lowry,
Yeah.
aka John Five. Yeah, hear that. I had that CD briefly there for a while there. Not a bad CD, but could have been a lot more powerful. Needless to say, there.
So
Well, what
what?
other singles did you have,
What
Earl?
what albums I had? Well, the first
Singles.
Singles.
Oh, okay. Well, those singles I already mentioned one, the Hey Jude single by the Beatles. I think it was "She Loves You" from the Beatles. This as well there. Um,
Yeah, that
She
had "I'll
loves
Get You" on
you.
the back.
I was more of an album guy than it was a single. I know there was two different singles. I guess that was interesting. I had they were like one was like a promotional single that came with a free with a purchase of an album at one of the record stores I had went to. I was buying me a copy of Animals by Pink Floyd, and they handed out this promotional CD as one of them. It was two tracks on each side there of various jazz-related artists. One of them was Wilton Longmire was one of the artists there. The Heath Brothers. It was more jazz
Heath
stuff there.
Brothers.
Heath
No, I'm
Brothers. Yeah,
talking-
my bad. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is the Heath Brothers. What am I thinking about? Duh. And he had a lot of. It was basically to promote the artist's album through that way there. It was mostly jazz, but it was pretty good stuff there. I did like it. And one of the other singles I had was one that was attached to the Essential Jimi Hendrix Volume 2 album that I got from the nearby record store. It was his version of Gloria,
Yeah.
which was what is still remains one of my favorites of all the cover versions that exists out there.
Yeah, and I know of several. We could do another show on cover tunes.
All right, there, yeah. Which is the best? Which is suckiest?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more sucky than there is best, but there
Yeah.
are some good ones.
Yeah. And I remember a couple other singles. Let's see. I'm still trying to remember because it's been so dang long there. There was a bunch. I remember
Let's talk about long. Go ahead.
long albums.
No, I'm talking about me.
Oh, okay.
I bought my singles before you were born.
Yeah, sure. There, yeah. All right, there. So I think those are the ones I could really mention for the time being because I'm still having trying to remember all the singles that I had for so long there.
Yeah, I had a couple of hundred, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't really get into them big. They were just easy back then.
Yeah, that's true there. Because you had that one song there, which, by the way, was often at times edited compared to the album version there. But
Right.
then again, concerning the amount of time it had on the a 7-inch length time there.
Yeah, they weren't as bad about that as they got later.
Yeah.
But the early times it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
They still did it, but not to the point that they started doing it.
Yeah.
Cropping whole verses, things of that nature.
Yeah. Why did, well, of course, I already explained the reason why they did that there. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Hey, why'd they do that?
Because they had to keep the song shortened because of the length time of the 7 inch side there. Because usually the
Alright.
only song I think where they was able to get away with a massive amount of time was "Hey Jude," which was way over 7 minutes long, or 8 minutes long there.
And a lot of times the reason they did because radio stations refused to play anything over 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's true there. That was the thing back then. The length of time of a song on the radio, except for some of the rock radio of today, because back then they will only play an edited version of Metallica's One, whereas the rock radio of today will play the full length version, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
out over 7 minutes.
Yeah, I think that for the most part, they don't play anything over 5 minutes.
Yeah, those are usually the pop radio songs out there.
Yeah.
But then again,
And
most
rap.
pop. Oh yeah, well, most of the pop radio stuff there is all. I better stop because I'm going to start coughing again. Yeah, go ahead.
So who
guys.
wants to start with their top 10 LPs or vinyls or
I will.
okay?
Okay, my first one was Limp Bizkit, Significant Other.
Hmm.
That's the one that had Nookie, Rearrange, Break Stuff, End Together Now. And
On
then my
vinyl?
second one. No, CD.
No, we're talking vinyl, dude.
No, hey, we are going to let them cover CDs too because
Okay,
they didn't
there.
really have vinyl.
Yeah,
All right. my
except
second one
European
was-
vinyl.
Yeah.
There was a couple.
Yep.
There was this one record store called Hot Hits that had European vinyl versions of albums like Smashing Pumpkins and Lenny Kravitz. At that time, I remember seeing.
My second one was Kid Rock, Devil Without a Cause. And then my third one was Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish, and the Hot Dog Flavored Water.
For your singles?
No,
No,
these are the full length
CDs,
Album.
full-length
CD album,
CDs.
whatever you
Oh
want to call them.
shit.
Releases.
Wire, did you hear the list I said so far?
Yeah.
All right. My fourth one was Everclear, So Much for the Afterglow. My fifth one was Everlast, Whitey Ford Sings the Blues. And my sixth one was Jason Aldean, They Don't Know.
Hmm.
And that's like I only had 6 rock CDs.
I see.
YR?
2 Limp Bizkits, a Kid Rock, Everclear, and Jason Aldean.
All right. Look at my list. From my memory, first physical piece music was a Collective Soul tape. It was black. It was a black cassette. I'm gonna put it on the thing here.
Mm.
It was a black cassette tape, and I remember I was probably like 4 or 5. Here it is. That with the shine on there.
Nice start.
I always wanted to put that on. Van Halen 1984 cassette. And this was with a Walkman I was using, like a cassette Walkman. I was probably 9 or 10.
Mm.
Because I remember I just got like this BMX bike. Remember when the Mongoose bikes were popular?
Oh yes,
Oh,
I remember. Yeah.
So like the cassette Walkman, it had a clip, like a waist clip.
Yes.
So I actually put that on the, I guess the brake wires of the bike. So it hangs on the bike, and I rode around with the headphones on, with that 1984 white cassette tape.
Mm.
Very memorable.
Mm.
The first memory of when I got a CD player, portable CD player, was Tim McGraw album with that song on it. I guess you can say single for that, but it
Right.
wasn't a single. But Um, what was that song we just played, Keith? Something like that.
Oh,
Something like that.
yeah, something like that by Tim McGraw.
Ah,
And for the first minute, and then right after that, right when I got that CD player, portable, with the headphones, Walkman.
mm-hmm.
I got this Alan Giles into the country when I was like 8, 9, and 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. I was in the country stuff. It's Alan Jackson Greatest Hits collection. I played a lot. I got that. I received the TNT album, ACDC.
Wow, wow. European brand.
Um,
That's import, by the way. There.
yeah,
Yep.
'cause they were selling it at like Kmart or something, and asked for it for my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Got that.
Does anybody miss
Um,
Kmart like I do?
yes,
Oh man.
yes.
No, I don't miss it.
Why not?
I never really shopped there anyway. I only was in there like a few times.
Back then, where we
Uh,
had so many. We usually went to the Kmart to buy what was out there, whether it was Van Halen or any other stuff there. Plus, we had
Yeah.
but for the other stuff that just came out, like the new Iron Maiden album at that time, Power Slave, we had to definitely go to a place like Music Stop to get it right there.
all right,
Somebody's
so
having supper.
Mm.
follow it along. I remember I went to Best Buy and I got the CD Kiss
All
Double
right.
Platinum.
All right.
No.
Remember that record, Kiss Double Platinum? So then I
Yeah,
got the
some-
CD. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember it being advertised when it first came out in 1978 there.
Now, like they do I think it's like the intro of She,
Yeah.
and then it goes into something else, but that's pretty cool. Um, Very memorable.
All right.
And then I remember watching wrestling around, I guess, I don't know, we need to find that year, but when The Undertaker turned into the biker.
Oh yeah, American
And
Badass.
right after American Badass song, because I know he used I think he used another song for a little bit, but he used American Badass by Kid Rock.
Yeah.
The History of Rock CD. That song was on their big hit song, so I actually bought that CD physically. Really got big into Kid Rock then. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's about it for me, honestly. And that's kind of when the MP3s came in.
Okay, Earl, you want to do your 10 albums or you want me to do mine?
Well, let me try and do my 10 albums. The first album I got was for my birthday. It was from my mom. At that time, I think it was 1978. It was because at that time I discovered the Beatles through the cartoon series on syndication. I just fell in love with the music, the style, the instruments, and everything. She bought me a compilation album called Rock and Roll Music, which was a selection of all their rocking songs that they called it at that time there. It was released at a couple of years back. It was released at the same time they put another compilation of all their love ballads titled Love Songs. So that album unfortunately was no longer in print there. It had all the stuff like Roll Over Beethoven, Bad Boy, Helter Skelter, Get Back. And no, I'm not answering that scammy ass phone number. You're gone. But you'll probably leave me a stupid ass voice message just as well there. You've been selected to be a part of our Caribbean cruise there. Nope, I'm not taking it. I have no interest in taking our Caribbean cruise because most likely I would get seasick and start upchucking in your food there. Yep, there's a stupid little voicemail here. All right, so I think my second record I got was back in a couple years back, about a year and a half later. It would be Pink Floyd's original copies of The Wall when it was on Columbia CBS at that time. Then my third one had to be another Pink Floyd record called Obscured by Clouds, which was a
Right.
soundtrack to a movie called The Valley, which was back from 1972. I guess, let's see. A couple albums. Oh, yeah. In between, I had a couple of vinyl records from garage sales, like the Moody Blues, Question of Balance, Days of Future Past, and let's see here. I had this little cheap ass record player just as well there. Oh yeah, my mom also got me a couple other Beatles albums as well, Abbey Road, and Yesterday and Today with the altered cover there, not the original Butcher Baby cover there.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's probably about it. That's all I can remember now. From then on, it was all vinyl albums after album after album there. Then I discovered cassettes a couple years later there, and I was big on that. In fact, I even remember the first official cassette I bought from a record store, Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC.
Right.
All right.
Okay, my 10 are going to span from about 1965 to 1968.
All right.
And I'm not even sure I hit the exact first 10 I bought. I probably forgot one, but I remember having these
All right.
during this period of time. And this isn't probably the right order because I
Right.
honestly don't remember the first album I ever got. But it had the Birds, Turn, 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 the Blues Magoo's Electric Comic Book, I wrote these down, so I'm having a little trouble with my
All right.
writing. The Rolling Stones, 12 by 5.
And that came out on the London Records label back then,
Right.
right? Mm.
Right. My favorite song off that album was It's All Over Now.
Wow. Remember hearing that one there.
Next one I have is Them, Here Comes the Night,
Mm.
with Van
Morrison.
right. Then I had Status Quo, Pictures of Matchstick Men, which was...
Well, real quick, on Van Morrison. Like, I
Okay.
heard someone say last week or whatever, like, not on the community radio, just like on the Sirius XM, like, wasn't he a big songwriter?
Van Morrison, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a
And,
singer
and
as
like
well
someone
there.
was like, he was better at the songwriting than his actual, because he was a performer too, correct? He
Yes,
sung
he
and
was.
stuff?
Yes, he was.
Oh, yeah, but that's more like Bob Dylan.
Is he known more for his own stuff or him writing stuff?
Mm.
Or both?
A lot of it, he did mostly a lot of his own stuff. He didn't really, not a lot of people covered a lot of his stuff other than Gloria.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying like he wrote stuff for other people. Is that right?
Not that I know of. You might have to
Ah.
light me on
I
that
can't
one.
think of anything.
But he wrote a lot of and performed a lot of his old hit songs, and a couple of his songs did get covered other than Gloria. You may remember Rod Stewart doing his version of "Have I Told You Lately." John Mellencamp and that what's her other face there, and cello. If I have trouble pronouncing her name, Michelle and something there. They did a version
Cello?
of what? Yeah, they did a version of Wild Night. That was a big hit
Right.
on the radio at that time there.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts off in E and then drops to the second octave, I guess you'd call it E.
Yes. Yeah, huh?
Sounds like two different chords, but it's the same chord in different places.
Yeah, it is true there.
Okay, after Status Quo, actually I think the album cover title was Pictures of Matchstickable Men or something like that.
Okay, there.
Then I had Strawberry Alarm Clock, Incense, and Peppermint, the album.
Ah, I see.
Cream, Disraeli Gears. And remember, I bought these when they were new, so. Moody Blues, Days of Future Past.
I had that too as well there.
Steppenwolf's first album.
Right.
Deep Purple, Shades of. And Meet the Beatles.
Oh yeah, and that's the U.S. version because remember
Right.
the U.K. was
Yeah.
with the Beatles.
Right.
I had that as well. I think my ma actually had that in her collection along with her, or actually my dad's. But when it started getting into the Beatles, she gave that to me.
And I know among other albums I had at that time were Fresh Scream, which was the first Scream album.
Mm.
I bought it after Disraeli Gears. I liked Disraeli Gears and went back and got Fresh Scream.
Ah.
And are you familiar with a group called Quicksilver Messenger Service?
I have heard of them, yes.
I got their first two albums,
Mm.
which was self-titled and Happy Trails, which I remember that one particularly because my parents were trying to force me to get country music. And the Quicksilver Messenger Service Happy Trails album cover
Yeah.
was a cowboy and a roping a calf or something. It looked country, but it wasn't.
Ah.
By no means. Side one was their live rendition of Who Do You Love, which is, I don't recall who did the song first.
Yeah.
But
That's always been a question because I remember my favorite would be George Thorogood and the Destroyers version of that. I remember hearing that back in 1979.
Yeah, well, that song was out in the 60s because
Yeah, sure, yeah.
the Happy Trails version that it's like 20 something minutes long was 1968 or 9,
Mm.
I believe, maybe 9. And then before that was a version by a group called the Woolies in about like 1964 or 5, and it was only about a minute and a half. But I mean, I could go through some of the albums I got, and I sit here and rattle off a bunch that you guys have probably never heard
Mm.
or heard of.
Yeah.
Because I know I also had the Grateful Dead's first album, and Axmoa, their second one. Let's see, what else did I get back then? Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Child Is Fault of the Man, in 2 and 3. Chicago Transit Authority. Spirit,
Uh-huh.
their first album.
Ah. The one with Taurus
I'm doing
on
these
it.
off the top of them. Yeah, I'm
Ah.
doing these off the top of my head, so I know I missed some. And eventually I did get most of the Beatle albums.
Oh, yeah. Who
Well,
was
actually, I
it?
What
ended
was-
up with all of them eventually.
Here's one for you. What? Here, it's like a threefer. What's the first record, vinyl? What's the first cassette tape? No matter if it's rock or not. I'd like to hear. And what was your first CD that you or 8-track? You want to put a 4-fer in there? Y'all have on top of your head? Can y'all remember?
Well, I didn't buy any.
Well,
Well,
it's just
You know what I mean? Come across
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, what was your first of each way of music? Like the 8-track cassette and then record CDs.
well,
like, do y'all remember?
those 10 that I just rattled off were all vinyl. Those were pretty much, and I think the first one I ever got was the Birds one.
mm,
Turn, Turn, Turn. 8-track, wow.
no.
Is
I
that
remember.
mainly played in cars only, or
Yeah, and
Well, no,
well, they
they
had
players
stereos.
in the house too, but
Yeah, they
Oh,
would
okay.
play vinyl records and 8-tracks and the radio included on there. A couple of times, some of those systems will also had a cassette player included.
yeah. I never had any cassettes, so I can't answer this cassette one.
Oh, I had a big.
I'll
black
tell you
silver
all this.
cassettes.
in 9th grade when I was in high school, the 2000s, and cassettes were way past its prime. Let's see, because I got a recorder and I started fucking around with that, like a tape recorder. And then, like, I found out that if you have a boombox and you put a tape inside and hit record, you like record stuff off the radio or
I
other
did that.
CDs. So yeah, like I
Yeah.
put a bunch of CDs.
I did a lot of that during the early 1980s. I would
Yeah.
record all the good stuff that was playing on the radio at that time, and I just had
See, the
endless
problem
and
was,
endless.
bro. The problem was when you use a Walkman with the batteries for the cassettes.
Yeah.
Batteries start going low. It starts getting slower. The music, you know.
Yeah,
it starts
same
getting-
here. It had the
yeah.
same thing happen to me many times. So I was still using cassettes, believe it or not, but when I was still in Detroit, believe it or not. It took me till after moving to Texas that I would get into MP3s, thanks to my sister.
It's a
there,
lot
believe it or not.
cheaper. I mean,
Yeah.
like cassette's cheaper, but like the MP3 is the way to go. Like it's fast, it's whatever, blah blah blah. You're out the door.
You don't have to worry
You
about
know.
bumping into something that having some sort of thing to screw up there, or you have to worry about just a song slowing down because of low battery.
But
And
yeah.
it would sound a lot better when you think about it there.
Keith, did you ever have any cassette tapes in the 90s?
Yeah. But what I would do is I would get blank cassette tapes and then like put them in the boombox and record songs from the radio.
What I would
And-
do is that it would be, because at that time the cars I was driving didn't have any CD players and them, just cassette players.
Yeah.
So what I would record some of what I have on the CD onto a cassette, and I would play them in the cassette player while I was driving. I did that with
Oh,
a number of releases.
Yeah, I basically had 8-track up until, well, basically about the time CDs came out.
Yep.
What year did CDs come out?
I think they come out somewhere in the 1980s, I think it was. I remember seeing them at the old record store there just when they were debuting there. It was a small-ass section there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the first CDs I got were basically what I looked at as replacements from on vinyl down the road.
Ah.
Because I know I got Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? One of my first CDs. And
I remember the first.
Austin's first album.
Um,
I remember the first CD I ever got. My mom picked it out. I wasn't with my mom, but she picked it out. She got Arrested Development. Wire, you know who Arrested Development is?
I remember them, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think
Who?
Arrested Development.
Oh,
rap group.
yeah, here in the show, the TV show on Fox.
No, not that.
No,
it was a
they're
rap group.
Oh no, I thought it was. I don't know. I don't know. What
I
you're
know,
talking
but
about.
I was beginning to wonder
I
myself
was
when I
gonna
heard
say,
about
I'm
that.
not familiar that much with rap myself.
I know it's.
Uh,
God damn it with the rap shit. Come on.
Wait, didn't you say you don't care what genre it is?
Well, we did tell him that.
That is
I mean-
true.
Yeah.
All right.
But my, and I'm probably going to cause a little controversy here, but my thing with rap music is they left the C off of rap.
Oh, there you go. See.
I see there.
The C?
Yeah, at
But
the
it-
beginning.
Yeah.
Who's the C?
No, Keith.
Somebody would
Put two
explain it to
together
her.
and you see what we're talking about there.
Keith,
What?
get your shit together.
I mean, are you talking about a curse word?
No.
No,
I mean, it is
Jeez,
kind.
dude.
Yeah,
put a
it is.
C,
Not really a
It's
cuss
considered a
word,
curse
but it's the
word,
best
yeah.
description of most
but
people
just
rap
put C in
today.
front of the word rap. Put a C in front of the word rap.
And you
Oh,
see what
crap.
we're talking.
Oh,
There
Yeah.
you go. Finally.
okay.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, Keith.
I was thinking
Dude.
about the word cunt.
You.
Keith, have you
dipshit.
ever like sold any burned CDs or cassettes or anything?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I used to make CDs for people and sell 'em, I don't know, for like $5 or less.
Wow.
I forgot how much. But after Arrested Development, I picked out the CDs from then on, and my second CD was the Space Jam soundtrack
Mm.
from the movie
Ah.
in like in the 90s.
Ah.
Yeah, movie soundtracks. There's a few of those out there that I kind of liked.
Yeah.
I had the two album set of the Star Wars
Oh, wow.
stuff,
Wow.
and I
Yeah.
had the 2 album set of Superman one
Wow.
with Christopher Reeves. Jaws. That
Right.
was one record.
I remember one of the soundtracks I had was the Beatles' U.S. version of Help with the instrumental scores included
Oh,
on
yeah.
it there.
Well, here's
Yeah, I
a
did-
honorable mention is I did have a couple of those WWF theme song CDs.
I see there, yeah. I remember seeing those a couple times at the nearby Kmart.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still flabbergasted about some of the prices. 'Cause I remember when I bought those first 10 albums, so I didn't spend over $2 for any of them.
Wow, man.
They
But
were
that,
all under $2.
yeah.
Um,
And nowadays,
did
say it's a new version of a vinyl would cost about $22.
is there any records that came out back in the day that like included something like a prize or a special gift or
Or just
something?
other
That,
things.
yeah, like an extra or something.
Well, we all
Yeah,
know
a few.
we all know the Beatles' White Album came with a poster and the color prints of the band's images that was inside of the gatefold, but only in color this time. There, I think.
There's one group I'm trying to think of, and they like it might be that Rolling Stones, the Sticky Fingers,
Yeah,
and they had to cover it with a plastic
Well,
bag or something.
yeah, because of
no,
the
they had a
zipper.
cover that the zipper actually worked.
Yeah, and the
Yeah, I
and
had
one
that
of the
album.
inner sleeve that features underwear there. And I guess Andy
Yeah.
Warhol was the designer of that album cover. I guess.
And the Alice Cooper Schools Out record
Were
had a pair
their
of panties on the record.
Yeah.
were their fingers sticky because they were handling the THC?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
And their Sonic Majesty's Request album, the original had a real, I don't know what they called it, but instead of a picture, it had like a 3D looking thing.
Yeah, it was hologram.
Yeah, that's
Hologram
the
of
word I was
album
looking for.
cover, yes.
Would you ever want to see that Dio hologram concert?
I didn't know there was. I heard about that there, but
Yeah, they have it. I mean, like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like now, touring now, but just in general, would you want to see it? Be a
well,
little weird, right?
it would sound unique to interesting to watch, but it would not be as good as seeing Dio the person actually in front of you
Right.
singing.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Dio in concert?
No,
For real?
no.
Ah.
I was I wanted to go check him out. You know, when he played Harpo's Concert Theater around '94, I guess was around. I forgot it was. You know, I think it was may have been a '79 or some. No, what am I talking about? '97, I think it was, or somewhere around the before the 2000s. But my girlfriend at that time was having a lot of issues, so I had to cancel that to be with her that night.
Mm. There's other inserts that I can kind of remember. That electric comic book album by Blues Magoos had an
Ah.
actual electric comic book in it.
Oh wow.
Well, it wasn't electric, like you wouldn't plug it in. It was just what they called it,
Yes,
but it actually had a small little comic book in it.
yeah, I see there.
And then
John Lennon,
Ambrosia,
Yoko Ono.
one of their albums, I'm trying to remember, the second one I believe it was, would actually fold out into a pyramid.
Oh wow, interesting. Yeah,
Remember that John Lennon and Yoko Ono? Didn't they have like their bush? And
yeah,
they had a-
yeah. They were completely new. It was completely new. The album Two Virgins, and I believe that came out on that label that Bill Cosby co-founded, if I'm correct there.
Then obviously the Scorpions album. You know
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
oh yeah. We don't. Oh yeah, not just that one, but a whole bunch of others there. You remember, Love at First Sting had to have a different cover on it because it was like an underage boy and a grown woman making out while he's tattooing her thigh there. Plus, Driven by Force featured two boys play gunfight in a cemetery there. People considered that the kind of like degrading there, so they had to change that one.
And then you had UFOs Force It.
Yeah, that's right there. Which, by the way, the two models on there would eventually put together an industrial group of their own called Throbbing Gristle. Years down the line.
One of the spookiest inserts to an album I can ever remember is I bought Leonard Skinner's Street Survivors the day it came out,
Yep.
and 3 days later is when they went down in the airplane. And
And
the insert in the album
The front cover, actually.
was, well, no.
Mm.
The insert inside, you pulled it out, was their concert listing.
Yeah.
And the third or fourth concert was the one that they crashed going to.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like, whoa, and yeah, that original cover was spooky too.
Yeah, because one of the members, Steve Gaines, the guitar player, he was in the background. And it looked like he was engulfed in flames, so they had to change that there.
What would you think about our next show being rock and roll tragedies?
We could do that, yeah, definitely there because
Yeah,
we
you
are.
start with Buddy Holly.
Well, yeah, the day the
Big
music died.
Bopper and
Richie Valens,
Valens.
one of the first Latino musicians out there that really make it big.
Yeah, that would be a
Elvis,
good
John
one.
Lennon.
I guess that would be Monday, right?
Oh, well, we can. Well, let's see. We come out. Well, Minnesota Vikings fan said he was going to do his show tomorrow night, Real Suck TV, right?
I don't know. I suppose.
Better.
Yeah, well, because I did mention about us possibly, you and I, YR, possibly joining in on that show there, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking possibly doing this show at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 Eastern, so that we could let Minnesota possibly have some of his time slot back, because he did
Yeah.
complain a couple times how we went live over the same time he was supposed to go live.
Well, actually, it kind of pushes it for me to be here at 5 because I have dialysis tomorrow.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Tomorrow's Thursday. You usually have it on Tuesday.
No, I have it Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, we could probably talk to one of us could talk to Minnesota, possibly have him join the call at 6 p.m. Central. I'm thinking about that.
I don't have anything wrong with. I don't have any problem with Minnesota other than we go off topic pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no drama bullshit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to let him know about that if he joins the call. Definitely for shizzle, man.
But let's go ahead and let's do rock and roll tragedies, and
tomorrow.
Let's do it Monday, and let's just skip
tomorrow there. Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, you want to do it tomorrow?
We could do that tomorrow since I'm gonna be up. So I don't really go back to work until Friday there.
Okay, well, we can do it tomorrow, starting at 5.
Well, if you wish, okay, because I remember you said, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
5.
I just have to push it to start at 5.
Okay, then. All right.
Sometimes I don't even get home till 4:30.
Okay. All right, sounds pretty good there. We could definitely do that. And then we could join in with the Minnesota crew for Real Swag TV later on that evening. Hey. If you want, YR, you and I can just keep the stream going throughout both programs. I did that a couple times there.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Are they going live tonight?
Are they going live?
Is Minnesota going live tonight?
I don't think so, no. Otherwise, it would be announced on his YouTube page there. There'd be a little announcement, going live and blah, 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 how many minutes there.
And then we got the Bullfrog AEW watch along with me and Keith coming up after. But I'm taking a little step back from the drama myself.
Yeah.
Want to, focus on more positive stuff and everything, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I mean, drama's fun to cover at times, but once in a while you need a little break from that bullshit there.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like gets to you after a long while. There's like, oh god, we gotta talk about this now. We gotta talk about
Plus,
that now.
like, bro, people already know people already know what it is. Like,
yeah, we
don't have to explain fucking why these assholes are assholes every day. Like, people already know the deal pretty much.
I mean, we all know Tony is a clout chaser who is desperate to be accepted. We all know SC Queefy is a dipshit. And the reason why he has that emoji on his girlfriend's face is because he wants to hide the Adam's apple.
Oh my god.
And you know what? But I would like to suggest this. Possibly YR, you probably get Jacob RP and SC going at one another because he did say he doesn't like SC Steve.
That is true.
Oh.
Well, SC's been on my show though too.
Oh, yeah.
So.
So we can have it on Bullfrog. We can have it on the Bullfrog's channel there.
If you want.
All right. Okay, so I guess
we're done with tonight's music show.
Yeah, right.
And do it tomorrow with the tragedies.
All right, rock the tragedies of rock and roll. Okay, definitely we'll
That'd
take
be good.
a look at that.
That'd be good. I mean, it's a little bit. It's a little bit on the somber, darker side, but we're paying our respects.
It's a salute to the guys who influenced us. Neither way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, the last one we talk about will be Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean,
sure
I
that.
mean, like when I say tragedies, I also mean, like the overall
Passings.
deaths. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
put that in there too. Like
Yeah.
big name deaths. Same
Yes.
thing as a tragedy, but
Yeah.
obviously you have your Randy Rhodes and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
You dive into that Leonard Skinner stuff pretty deep. I like to dive in that pretty deep
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I saw the what's the drummer's name?
Artemis Pyle. He's a
Yeah,
former drummer. Yeah.
He came out with this. It was kind of low budget, but it was like a movie about the thing, a plane crash.
Yeah.
It's on one of the apps, maybe like Amazon Prime or something, but it's very low budget because I know they made another one, but this one is true. The one written by Artisan Prime. What's his name again?
Artemis Prime. No,
NX Artemis Pyle.
Artemis. Yes. Thank you. I thought
What
it
did I
sounded-
say? Artemis Prime.
I know. We were thinking about the Transformers when we said that there.
Yeah, Artemis Prime. Yeah.
No, but it is a good. It
we
is
can also-
really good. Yeah.
When we talk about it, we can talk about the songs that were made up, like American Pie and Rock and Roll Heaven by the Righteous Brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And actually, Charlie Daniels had one called Reflections
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that I'd look that one up before tomorrow if I was you guys and listen to that one and say, oh, wow.
Yeah.
'Cause
Charlie
he
Daniels
kinda-
band.
Yes.
Yeah, Charlie Daniels Band. I believe it's called Reflections, and it's basically talking about some of the tragedies in rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see there. All right, so definitely we'll take a look at that tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time instead
Were
of
there-
7.
Were there a lot of drug overdoses?
Oh, there was
there's
a
a few of those, but
Yeah, when we get into the '90s, Kurt Cobain and one
Yep.
of the latest ones.
Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon, Dwayne Gottel, Skinny
Soundgarden.
Puppy. Yeah. Yeah, we got to talk about some of the other things that the artist usually has, a mental issue of their own that they're dealing with.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there. So I guess that concludes our episode of today there. All right,
Yeah.
once again, we'll be back on tomorrow night an hour earlier, unless something comes up. In the
When
meantime,
at 5? At 5?
5 Central
Yeah, 5
over
our
here.
time.
Yes.
All right.
Central.
So that way we can make room for Minnesota Vikings fan to do his Real as Fuck TV program.
All right.
All right, definitely there, because he did
Here,
mention
no
that
more
last
complaining
night.
about it. We shouldn't hear no. We're going out of our way trying to please Minnesota. He shouldn't be crying about it anymore.
Okay,
trying
there.